Susan and I took Ginger out for a first overnight sail on Osprey. They're loading the stuff on board, and it looks like Susan's ready to go. What about Ginger? The dog. Yeah, there she is. She's ready to go sailing and spend the night on Osprey.
Hi, Ginger.
Hello, Ginger. First overnighter on Osprey.
Yes.
Yes.
She's so far been good.
So far, so good. We were just getting out of Bayou Chico. We've got a quarter mile. It looks like Ginger has just made herself comfortable there on the cockpit cushions, just enjoying the sail. Well, actually, the first part of it was motoring. And who's this old guy? Oh, that's me, the skipper of Osprey. There we go.
You got to come over this side.
There we go.
Ginger, Daddy.
Over on that side.
Daddy.
Rolling out the jib. Halfway out.
There it goes.
All right. Now we can become a sailboat. All right. Now we can turn off the engine.
There we go.
And we're a sailboat.
Yay.
Yay! All right.
We're all happy.
The plan is to sail to Fort McRae, which is basically behind Perdido Key near the entrance to Pensacola Pass in the Gulf. And there was not a lot of wind, but we were slowly making our way to our destination. Not a lot of wind, maybe 3 knots. Just enough to keep us going.
Ginger.
Sleep. There she is.
Oh, yes, she is a good little girl. Yes, she's good. Hello.
Hello. Is that a cute dog or what? Oh, yeah. I think she earns her keep.
Yeah, the water.
Yeah.
Oh. There it is.
Hello.
The water is so gorgeous down here.
At this point on our voyage to Fort McRae, we're right near the pass, heading out into the Gulf of Mexico with the tide coming in. Yeah, the water was gorgeous. It was beautiful. One of the prettiest days sailing in the waters around here that I've had in a long time. And just off the port bow, you can see that mound of sand right behind is one of the perfect anchorages in the area. And the watercolor, yeah, we just could not get over that. And it's almost time for us to make the turn and pull into the anchorage right there at Fort McRae, right behind Perdido Key. Susan has her new hat on, ready to get into the dinghy to row ashore. As we rowed ashore, it looked like Ginger was having a good time, and of course so was Susan. It was a beautiful day. Once on shore, Susan got in the water and felt really good. And right behind her, you could see Osprey at anchor, just waiting for us to return. Ginger at first really didn't know what to do with herself, just sat there on the shore looking out and then decided, well, maybe it's time to do a little exploration. We climbed the hill and looked at the showers building up inland. And looking back down the hill, you could see Osprey, you could see the dinghy, you could see Susan and Ginger right down there at the beach. Yep, there's Ginger waiting for me to return down the hill. So while Ginger and I were on shore, Susan decided she didn't want to wait for us to get into the dinghy and row her back, so she decided to swim all the way out to Osprey. And it was a pretty far distance. Considering the fact we're both in our 70s, I think that's a remarkable achievement.
Yes, you did.
So, since Susan already swam to Osprey, I figured maybe it's time for us to head in. So, Ginger, let's go and hop in the dinghy and row back. Here comes some old guy rowing the dinghy, and of course, Ginger. Some showers that were not in the forecast moved in, so we just kind of rested and relaxed. But then, of course, it was time for din-din. So, fired up the grill, making up those hamburgers, which somehow taste so much better on board. And as you can see, we had such a gourmet meal. It was wonderful. And of course, after the meal, as the sun is going down, we have to have what are known as sundowners, which basically, when you talk about it in sailing terms, it's drinking. One of the most magical moments in sailing is sitting at anchor, watching the sun go down, just enjoying the view and the transition between daytime and night as the sun gets lower and lower and the reflection on the water just comes right back at you. It's a quiet time, just natural sounds of us, the boat, and nearby boats with generators running and music playing. Actually, it was quite nice. Susan is back there in the cockpit, enjoying the view as we pan around to the sunset and just take it all in. It happens every day. Each one is different, but it's great. Meanwhile, Ginger seems to be snoozing through the sunset. Maybe she's not interested. I don't know, but there she is. And looking ahead through the anchorage, the wind scoop is up, sucking that air down below, and the sun is just getting lower and lower. Wide angle shot to get this in.
I know.
Happy sunset.
Yeah.
And it was a happy sunset with the gorgeous view off the side of the boat and the two of us, actually the three of us, taking it all in. And as the moon came up, the wind kicked in also, gusting to about 20 miles an hour, and the humidity was thick, about 100% humidity. But sometime in the middle of the night, the wind died completely. And with the humidity being what it was pretty sweat city. And since showers are in the area, even though they were not in the forecast, we decided to pull up anchor and motor on home. You know, it must be something to have a job as a weather forecaster. Nobody ever fires you if you had a wrong forecast too many times. And the forecast for both days was very wrong. The humidity was high, it was supposed to be low. We had showers, we were supposed to have no showers. But all in all, despite the sweat, looks like everybody, including Ginger, had a really good time. And so we motored east. The wind was starting to pick up a little bit, but the sight was still beautiful. And saw other traffic in the area, including barges. Gotta watch out for those guys. As we see the Coast Guard base just off the port bow, we know we're in the home stretch toward heading home. Both Ginger and the rest of us. Looks like she's ready to get off. You'd have to ask Ginger for sure if she had a good time, but I think she did. It was successful. She took to the dinghy very well, took to the beach, and sleeping on board.